Super blood. Super blood moon. What's up, YouTube? Uh, Thankfully, I got clear skies. I hear that Mr. MB33, he don't got good. I was just on his channel looking at the eclipse. Seems that he got cloudy skies. But luckily, there's very few clouds. And uh, I've been watching like today to see if they're spraying, and today they weren't spraying. So I found out maybe they want to have a good view of this eclipse, but it's about to start. I'm gonna probably try to go for as far as I can, but it's kind of cold out here. I'm gonna take some pictures, but I doubt if this stream is gonna get any coloring. But this is the normal color of the moon right now, and I'm looking to see if I see that dark body which causes the phases of the moon, because it's not the Earth that causes the phases of the moon. I've been a sky watcher my whole life, and you know, I see a difference in the clouds. I see a difference in the stars. Because if you go to Canada, where there's really no lights, that's when you really see stars, and it actually scares you to look up into the heavens. Also, Colorado, but you got to find some very, very dark places, and that's when you see the galaxy, the rift. It's a beautiful thing. But nowadays, you can't really see it because the city lights, it really pollutes your view. So that's weird. I'm not able to focus, but it I didn't see a difference of the size, but when it was coming up, it looked very, very big. But now that it's up on the sky, it's not noon yet. I think it's around 11 o'clock. So noon is when the moon is overhead. But when I seen it rising, it was very, very big. And I couldn't take a picture of it. Sorry. But to all y'all guys that I've posted a picture of the moon rotating. I did not rotate those pictures. That was time lapsed, and it actually just counterclockwise rolls across the night sky. You could actually see it moving because if you try to record it, it's moving, and we have to constantly adjust to get it in the full camera. But I don't see no changes yet. I think it's gonna happen probably like 20 more minutes. I think that's when it starts. But I'm really sorry that I can't get a better view. I wish I could zoom in. Oh, I can. It's weird. I could zoom in. What was that? Yeah, the look, the moon and the sun are independent light sources, and the sun draws this power from an interdimensional life force, which is God. He created everything, and it's not the sun is not a burning ball of hydrogen like what they tell us, and it's something totally different. That look, this is an electric universe. This is not a gravitational whatever they're talking about spinning. If you just think about what they're telling us, there's no way we would have been seeing an asteroid hit us or something. You know, it's just I'm not living in fantasy land, and I'm not trying to ridicule people that believe in the globe model because we grew up learning this. We was force fed this. Like the Holocaust and a lot of crazy stuff we were force fed. I don't think I came from a monkey. Yeah, we might be related, but why are there still monkeys if we evolved from them? But this is a very significant night. I'm glad I got to get it. Did y'all see the wave on the moon? Yeah, I seen footage of that, and that footage that of the moon wave, they're trying to say that there's a hologram or what we look up in the sky, it's holographic. It could be, but man, it's just amazing. That means that they're actually controlling maybe these eclipses. You never know. Right now, I really, it's hard for me to believe the establishment. It's hard for me to believe education. It's really hard because uh, what they write in the textbooks does not match. The pyramids weren't tombs. The pyramids were electrical stations that maybe generated, transferred, maybe it gathered the energy from, the ether of the earth. But we don't know what to believe. I don't know. I don't really believe a lot of people. But yeah, I changed my name from from to just G for I I just put it G for God. It's not Masonic. It's not none of that. Um, just stands for God. It's really bright out here. If it wasn't cold, I would be absorbing the moonlight. It's too cold. Wow, that looks weird. It looks like there's something swirling. I think that's just the cheap camera that I got. There's just recording the wind. Once I see the shadow, then I'm gonna start snapping pictures and try to get the whole thing. But I know it's really gritty. It doesn't look good, but hopefully the color will come out. Trying to see if I catch it. I know this phone is inadequate, but I'm just recording it for just to record it. I know my camera's gonna get some good pictures. I'll probably make a video, but it's gonna take a couple of days. I'm not good with technology. I've always avoided it. You hear the dogs barking? Yeah, they've been barking for like the last hour. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I think about it, I think the Earth is huge. I mean, I think it's endless from what I've been looking at. I'm not looking at Photoshop pictures. I'm looking at authentic, you know, regular people pictures. But there has been a lot of amazing stuff being recorded, and that's Impossible Channel. He's really got a good channel. I love that channel right there because it shows a lot of disasters that have taken place, especially in Southeast Asia, and it's just it's crazy. There was an earthquake in I think Virginia a couple of days ago. It's crazy. It's right next door. But I want to thank YouTube for letting me stream. I've been checking every day to see if I can stream, and it just so happens that they let me stream today on the blood moon. But it doesn't look any bigger in the sky than it normally does. So I don't know why they're saying a super. I know they're saying blood or wolf moon because of January, but it doesn't look any bigger to me right now. But when it did rise, I did it probably looked like 3 times the size that does it as it does now. It's not really closer to the Earth. I don't think. I think I think they move up and down and across, but I don't think they come closer, like falling. I think they're on a magnetic circuit, just going across the North Pole. The North Pole is the center of the Earth, and they're talking about a pole shift. If there's a pole shift, they're gonna do it. If there's Nuribu or Nibiru, whatever you call it, that's uh, that's them doing it. It's not. There's no planets in the sky, and that's all. It's all fantasy, and they're just priming the pumps. So when a disaster does happen, they can say it was natural. But I think what's going on now in terms of earthquakes, and I think that CERN and HARP, and they're spraying the skies, and they're just controlling, and they could do liquefaction. You just gotta look at some videos of liquefaction, which is, mud flood basically. I've seen a lot of science videos even before coming to the realization that history has been totally erased and rewrote by some very, very bad people, and they don't have good intentions. But Richie from Boston, you know what, man? This is for you, man. You're over here telling people falsehoods. Yeah, I know that, you got to represent your religion. But if you're knowingly misleading people, because look, you know that the Jesuits, the Masons, and the Zionists wrote the Bible, rewrote it, took out books. You know, there's over, we don't know, the Book of Enoch. No one really, that's why they took it out, because they talk about fallen angels. But if you're, if you are willingly a participant in misleading people, and telling people that God had a son, that Jesus is not that. And if they said that, he was the light of the world. He was not a biological seed of God. God, he's there's no one next to him. Even even the even the council that's in front of God and his throne, those elders, they're not even next to God. All right? God is separate from his creation. He is above it. Nothing is like him, and you're misleading people and making them think. But you know what? I'm going to let Jesus himself tell you what you did, because you're not going to hear me. You're just going to keep on believing the lies when you see it, but then you're not putting, you, what you do is you learn stuff, but you don't put it into action. And you're talking about people being fat. Yeah, I know you said, oh, yeah, you know. But you know what? It's not their fault that people are overweight. All right? You got to understand. Wait a second. Kind of looks like it's turning red, but it's not. I don't know. Every time I look at the moon, it looks like it's staring back at me. It's a scary thing. Looks like a ghost with its eyes open. I'm in North Carolina, and I believe it's 10:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And now this is Tyler, and I want to capture some amazing footage, but I have a low quality camera. Hopefully, I will get some South Carolina. Yeah, I used to live in Spartanburg, but I had to move. Luckily, I have a good uh, viewing point. But what I really want to do is live stream with a better camera. Hopefully, I'm gonna do that within the next month. But I actually, when I live stream, what I want to do is I want to live stream when I jump off a cliff with a parachute because that's what I plan on doing when I go to the West Coast. Do some. I want to do some. I'm gonna try my best to jump out of a plane, but I'm not really sure how much would that be. But I think it's in the $3,000 range. I'm not sure, but I definitely want to do that. I want to get some footage, and I want to get some footage on some mountains. Yeah, you can see more detail when it rose up. I could really see it, and it could look kind of bigger than from what I normally see it. But it right now it doesn't look well. I want to do it. You know what? I've climbed a mountain without ropes. I was on, I think it was Mount Baker. I went to Mount Rainier, climbed that, and all those mountains are volcanoes. The West Coast is riddled with it's just dotted. The land is dotted. When I went to the top of Mount Baker, I could really see all the. It's just an amazing sight to, and I was very scared to climb that mountain, but I did it. But I was scared because I didn't have no ropes or nothing. But yeah, I like hiking. If you go to Mount Baker, I think it's Mount Baker or Mount Rainier. I think it's Mount Baker, but you're gonna see those. There's some chopped down giant trees there. They say it's volcanic, but it's not because you can't have those Pentagon rocks like that. Nature doesn't make that except in biological, living. But I'm really freezing. Well, you know what? When you go hiking, you have to be prepared. You have to have a stick, um, and each step counts. Each step counts. But I had to fight my fear of heights, and I climbed. It wasn't the tip of Mount Baker, but I climbed pretty like till I couldn't go no more, and I wasn't able to get any pictures. I don't know. I don't see anything yet. I don't know if it's coming from the bottom or the top, but the bottom looks like it's kind of getting dark. So I'm not really sure where is it coming from. If anybody could let me know. Yeah, I love pics. I love pictures, and I love drawing. But in order for you to take a good picture, you need to find a good angle. A good angle. Once you find that angle, that's when you take the shot. But taking pictures is very hard. But it seems that I always take good pictures. I need to pull out my camera to see if I see anything. really hope my battery doesn't die. I think I see it. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, I see the shadow coming. I don't know, for some reason my camera's not letting me take a. Yeah, it's starting to happen. I can see the shadow. It's coming from. Coming from the bottom left hand. So it's coming from bottom left hand, and I think it's going up. No, it's going westward, and I see it. I'm gonna see if I get some good pics. But for some reason, my camera is not letting me. It's not letting me take a good picture of it. So the bottom is starting to get dark. And in no way it's the Earth shadow. In no way. I don't believe that for a second. I'm pretty sure somebody else got a better shot of it. Probably Boogeyman. I'm gonna go on my laptop real quick and see if Boogeyman got some good footage of it. Hopefully it's clear in Florida, but someone told me you exposed Andy and all of his Group NHT. You know what? A lot of people are deleting their live streams that they have. They're calling you crazy and you threaten people. I think you're just upset and you need to just chill out for a little while. Don't even go on those channels. Just just avoid going on those channels. A lot of people are anti-Muslim. I never been racist or racist against religion. I love religions, but they have been taken over by some bad people. But we can't do what they're doing. You know what I mean? We can't feed into their negativity because they know that there's a problem, but you gotta understand most of the people that brought this out. Yeah, I'm actually freezing. I'm shivering, but I'm out here. I don't even know how long my. We can't feed into these people. You know. Yeah, I know. I know that. These people are so ignorant. You know. Oh man, I wish I had a better camera. The moon is not white. If you look at it from the bottom, it's starting to get dark. Yeah, I'm in America. I'm in the East Coast. Well, you know what? I have a disability also, and it was from me ingesting a lot of fluoride. So, ingesting fluoride really gives you holes. You're in Houston. Do you see it, or is it cloudy over there? Is it cloudy in Houston? You got a good view? Oh, it's white? That's weird. Over here it's turning dark from the bottom left-hand side. And you don't see it from Houston? That's bizarre. You're not so far. You're like that's almost Midwest. Kind of looks spooky. You're you know what? I'm looking at it and it's kind of scary too. It looks scary, but I'm hoping this piece of I'm in North Carolina, and I'm in North Carolina, and I'm looking towards the eastern sky. Yeah, I'm facing east, looking at it, and it's not red yet. What it is a shadow coming from underneath, and I'm gonna correlate these pictures that I take of it. Hopefully, I'll get it, but So I do. Yeah, I will make a hangout one day, but I need to hook up my laptop that I could be able to live stream. I can't live. I was trying to live stream from my laptop, but I can't um because I need to add some stuff on it. Yeah, it's getting dark in the bottom. It looks kind of spooky, but I'm gonna take another picture. Can you show your face? I'm gonna have to go inside for that. Don't be scared of it. You too. How you doing? This is Richie from Boston. Richie. Hey, Richie, you're a scumbag. You don't talk to me, and I know why. You're getting paid by the CIA. Show up for what? So you can have an algorithm to destroy me? So you can get your drone? Uh, how are you doing? I am Napoleon Bonaparte. I am G Reporter. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can show you the shadow. Hopefully I can see it. But I gotta go back outside. It's not that dark yet. You can't even see it. Yeah, I'm not scared of the red moon. I'm not scared. I have my crystals outside. I have my water. The only thing I fear is the Lord above, watching all of us. I do not fear aliens, fallen angels, demons. I do not care for them. They are but little worms on a hook. Uh, I will not turn into a wolf. Though I was telling my coworkers that. I was telling them I will turn and howl and I will go not for women and children, but I will go for George Soros's hind. I will skin him alive. Henry Kissinger, Obama, and all their minions. Yeah, if I turn into a wolf, I'm actually gonna run to Washington D.C. and just go straight for the Sons of Cain. That's what my blood will call. My blood will call to rip them apart. Oh, I'm calling for violence. Oh no. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm violent against pedos and people that like to hit women and devils. But I'm gonna go back outside so I can record the blood moon. I wouldn't want to be a wolf. I would probably want to be either like a lion or a bird. But yeah, uh, you know what? This is what you got to do. There's a lot of fear mongering online. Don't have fear. Don't have fear of martial law. Don't have fear of the ultimate fear is death. Don't fear it because we live forever. And I'm gonna go back outside because that's too noisy. Sayonara. Hey, I see it turning dark now. All right, it's in the penumbra probably, but it's getting dark. So I've been observing the moon all day long, and you know what? It's starting. I start. It was a full bright moon, and oh my lord, oh my lord! You see, I've been missing it, and it's turning dark now, people. First, it will turn dark, and then when it's completely dark, it will turn a reddish. I've seen this before in Washington State. I also seen Jupiter with my naked eye, and it was an amazing sight. But now I can really, really see it. And right now the time is 10:40, and it's coming from the bottom. It's coming from the bottom, and it looks like black goo, like venom. It's really scary stuff, man. So once it's completely darkened, that's when you will see what city. I am in Forest City, North Carolina, and it's a spooky sight seeing the moon actually turn dark, and it's coming from the bottom, and it's slanted. It looks pretty scary. Uh, Connecticut. I used to live in New London before the towers collapsed. And when the towers collapsed, that's when I went back to New York. But I was afraid to go because it's just I thought they were gonna get nuked. Spooky. That is spooky. It looks like black goo going on it. Man, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to. Oh, man, I'm already below 50%. Yeah, I might have to. I might have to find something so I can charge my phone. Oh, I know what to do. Chicken shits. Sorry, I didn't mean to call y'all. Y'all not chicken. I was just saying for people who are very, very, like for people who are really superstitious, that's, don't be so superstitious. Just have trust. Don't fear the blood moon. Hey, if the moon was really getting Earth's shadow, it wouldn't look like the way it looks now. It actually, it's kind of like cupping it. It's not a shadow that you could say, oh, it looks like from Earth. because it looks concave. It looks concave right now. Well, I could have been wrong by saying concave or convex, but it doesn't look like, and it looks different from the last uh, lunar eclipse I seen. Uh, I think it wasn't really, it was like an orange color. The last one I seen, this was I think around 2012 was the last time I seen one. But this one right here is dramatic. I never seen it before. Never seen this type of. Uh, I never seen this type of. Um, how you doing, Caesar? How you doing? It's probably cloudy over there, but I got a good view. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna correlate these pictures and put them in a slideshow and put it out on YouTube because I'm getting pretty good pictures. So, I want to stay streaming for the whole time, but this camera isn't. Oh, wait, it is kind of getting it. Soon enough, it's going to disappear. Let me see if I could zoom in. See if I could zoom in. Oh, you can see it. You can see it on here. You see it how it's getting cut in half? It looks like it's getting cut in half. Yeah, it's not. It's. Do you got a good view of it? All right, you see how it looks there? That's how it looks, but it's not really. It's gritty, but you can see the shadow encroaching on it from the bottom. So soon it's gonna just disappear, and then that's when you see it turn into that orangey reddish color. But I'm taking detailed pictures of it so that you can probably like in 2 days I'll put it together and just put it in a slideshow. That's now it's turning into a circular type of shadow. It's amazing. It's amazing how they let me see this. What does this have to do with Jesus? It has to do everything with Jesus, because tomorrow Jupiter and Venus will be in the eastern portion of the world, and Jupiter is the king planet, and Jesus Christ is the king. So it's symbolic, just like the Egyptians mirrored the heavens. So does life mirror the heavens. Uh, Everything that is happening now, the Bible talks about, and they left those chapters in the Bible so that they can have control over the people. Just like the just like the Mayans control their people with signs and eclipses and stuff. So does this world government control their people. And right now they want you to be in fear. They want you to be in fear of a blood moon when it's a sign for us. It could be positive, it could be negative. But well, look, God is God. Jesus is God in human form. Uh, you know what? That's really that's a that's been in uh you know how people say that Osiris was God in the flesh and the pharaohs were God in the flesh and that's how they rule. You're attributing Jesus the same thing that these pagans attributed Jesus. Look, Jesus was real. He was born of the Virgin Mary, right? He was. He did miracles, you know. He did wondrous things by the leave of God. God allowed him to do all his miracles. All right? You know, I'm going to tell you something about Jesus. Jesus is very, very respected in Islam. And they have this false war that Muslims hate Christians, and that's that is far, far from the truth. You know, in order for you to be a Muslim, you have to believe in God, His angels, the day of resurrection. Um, you have to believe that life is predestined. Life is when you're conceived, your life is written out before you. That's why we're able to have dreams of our future, deja vu, because we are spiritual. And I don't want to get off the subject, but I don't like people disrespecting God. All right. And people disrespecting God, saying that He had children, that we are all creatures of God. There's, you can't say, oh, one person is the son. No, you got to understand that we are all creatures of the one God. And I'm sorry, but a lot of people that claim that, I don't want to hear that, because that, to me, that's blasphemy. You shall take no other gods besides the one God. That's in the Ten Commandments, but they took it out in order to deceive you. Please, people, don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. There's only one God, and He is sovereign. He is above His creation. Yes, He has created Jesus Christ of the Virgin Mary. Yes, and He is He is of the bloodline of David, and David is the bloodline of Abraham, and Abraham is the bloodline of Noah, and Noah is the bloodline of Adam, and that's how significant is Jesus. And we are all we are all related. Now, the devil has a child. He has There's some people born of God. There's some people born of the devil. It's just that simple. But hey, if you choose to say that a man was God in the flesh, that's one of the worst sins. That's one of the worst sins. Blasphemy is an unforgivable sin. You got to understand that. And people could blaspheme all day. You could tell me that all day, but you know what? I know the truth because God Himself has shown me I must worship only Him and no one else. Not no man, no moon, no sun, and definitely not Saturn. So I'm not a part of your matrix. I'm not a part of your system. I do not believe the doctrines of demons. All right? Yes, the Bible is inspired by God, but was polluted by the hand of man and the agenda to control humanity. And don't worry, I pray that Jesus will forgive you. I pray that God, especially, will forgive you for associating partners to Him. Okay, so you can hate on me if you want, but you know what? I'm not gonna follow the herd and say that a man is God in a human form. That's ludicrous to me. Do not believe there's pitfalls in the Bible, right? They want you to worship the Son and not the Father, and everyone says, "Oh, oh, I am in no way anti-Jesus." You know, Jesus is very important to me, and I know who Jesus is. He is the Son of Mary, and the angel Gabriel came to Mary and said, "You will have a child." And Mary told the angel Gabriel, "How can I have a child if no man has touched me?" And the angel replied, "God can do anything He wills. So He wills you to have a son." And Jesus is the blood of Mary's father, of Mary's father. Don't be so misled. You really got to really read the Bible. Don't just go on what people tell you. The angel told John in Revelation, be careful, do not bow to me because I am a fellow brother, a fellow servant, and the one that is to be worshipped is only God Himself, the Father. Okay, He's all of our Father, even to the smallest ant. You must understand. But I'm gonna take a picture now of the moon, so I gotta leave y'all for a second. Let me try to fix this so you can get a better view. Yeah, that's why they call it a wolf moon because it's in January. Don't be so scared. Don't let these see all these big YouTube channels, they're selling fear porn to get you scared and make you sell your house and buy spend all this money. All you gotta do is just trust in God and prepare for the worst. Because if there's anything that's gonna happen, it's manufactured by these tectonic weapons, these Tesla towers, the 5G stuff. Yeah, that's what you gotta worry about. Don't worry about the earth exploding or we're gonna die. We're not gonna die. We're not like a lot of stuff is happening, but I have trust in God. Don't be afraid of a blood moon. It's only signs and wonders for you to see. Yeah, I'm running out of battery, so I'm gonna have to go inside and yeah, I can't get a good picture of this. It's weird, but I guess I'm too cold. Now it's starting to get completely covered. Yeah, soon it's gonna be completely covered. My hands are literally frozen. Can't feel it. that's a good one. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go inside real quick. Yeah, so it's pretty much halfway. Gonna have to go inside to charge this phone. Halfway. Man, it is freezing out here. Yeah, it's a corny eclipse video. Yes, I'm sorry, but I will take some better photos. I'm taking detailed photos of this, and I will post it. But I apologize for my inadequate camera. But yeah, I'm just at least it's coming out. But it's almost covered. This what it shows on camera right here. It doesn't even show it, but it's more than halfway covered already. Soon you're not gonna see that light anymore. Zoom in. Crystals. That looks really really spooky, man. If y'all really was looking at it, but don't fear, never fear. It's about 80%. Now I know it doesn't look nothing how it looks on this stream, but if you look at it, it's very very crystal clear, and it's just it's amazing to see this because it just shows you that we don't know what to believe in terms of what they're teaching our kids in school. Now, I never really paid attention to anything like I could care less, but once I found out a lot of stuff that they're holding back from us, I mean, it's just every day is amazing. Oh, there isn't. How you doing, Sherry? Yeah, Sherry. I'm gonna as soon as I go on the road, I'm gonna get in contact with you so we could. I want to have an interview, especially about what's happening in the border. So, how you doing, Colin? Yeah, the blood wolf moon. It's amazing. It's amazing that you don't see it. That's bizarre. You're in Texas and you don't see what I see. That's crazy. Maybe you'll. Do you see the moon? Do you see the moon? Yeah, anybody, if anybody's in Texas, let me know if they can see the moon. Yeah, I know you're in Australia. I know. Oh, you're at work. Yeah, they are gonna take over. That's weird because right now I think it's around 90% covered now, and you're in Texas and you don't see it. That's weird. I thought, you know, that that tells me a lot. That actually tells me a lot. So the so it's localized to my location, or will it do this throughout the night? I'm not really sure. Well, the you don't see the shadow that's encroaching. Let me see if I could do something. See if I could put it on negative. I don't know if that looks any good. Oh, that's weird. No, no, no. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is probably this dark mass that's encroaching. It's probably localized, but right now you're in Australia and you're in the daytime, so the sun is over where you're at. You don't see the moon now. I know because I talk to people over there. Yeah, it's getting chopped in half. I'm trying to see if I can find a negative or something. Make it look negative. Oh, that one. Before I had one that was a negative, but I guess that's the best looking one. I'm gonna leave it there for a little while. It kind of stopped. It kind of stopped. So I don't see it moving any further. But it might take a little more time. Yeah, it's back on normal. But it's really bright, so it's distorting the image. It kind of looks like a mushroom, but I changed my name, so it's just G Reporter, or you could call me just Hector. Hector's my name. Yeah, I don't. If anybody knows, I changed my name because I didn't want to be associated with. I could still name the culprits, and you know, uh, uh, well, I'm hungry too. It's just about to be covered, so maybe once it gets covered, you'll probably see it turn red. I don't know. This kind of looks weird. You know what? You know, I don't think that's a shadow. Really, I don't think that's a shadow. It doesn't look like a shadow in no way. Hey, yeah, what? Uh, almost in totality here in Denver. No lights. Oh man, you must have a good view. Uh, Man, so look, you're on top of Texas, but you can see it, and Texas don't see it. That's weird. What is what then? Oh, I'm not really sure. It's hard for me to understand what you're saying, but I don't have a clue. Look, I'm not a scientist. I'm just an observer, and I never seen one of these. Uh, I seen one of these eclipses that they say the Earth shadow hits the moon, but it didn't look nothing like this. It looked totally different. But the moonlight has diminished dramatically. It has diminished dramatically. It's unbelievable. For, that's crazy. That's that's see. This is why I love streaming because people can give me real time info. Yeah, I don't know. You know when you put a blanket over a light source, how you can see the light reflecting. That's how it kind of looks like. It looks like there's some type of dark darkness, but you can see through it. It's not. I don't think it's a shadow. Well, Clint, I'm gonna see. Are you recording right now? Because if you're recording right now, I'm probably gonna like go on your channel after I'm done and probably see what you got. But oh, okay, yeah. You so you see it too. All right. What's up, Tanner, man? It's the first time I think I've seen you on my stream. But I'm gonna try to get some. I'm gonna try to get some call-in show like these guys, like Andy got. I really like what they're doing. They got some nice music, some nice pictures, talking about some cool stuff. I really like that channel. It's yeah, you clean hits. You don't Oh yeah, I was talking to Sherry. I was talking to Clean Hits. Maybe if they're recording. I'm not sure if they're recording. It's it's probably like still at around 90, 95%. It looks like there's something actually in front of it. I don't think that's a shadow. I don't believe NASA. I don't believe. It's hard for me to believe people. I'm really suspicious. They lied about history. They lied about everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody got a stream that's much better. If anybody want to get a good stream, maybe check Boogeyman's channel. He's probably doing it. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm going inside to check him out, see if he's around. What it means in the Bible, um, it's just signs of the coming of the Son of Man, because he is the Son of Man. Yeah, I can't. You know what? I can't wait to he come back. Yeah, it looks spooky. It looks spooky. Totally spooky. It's nothing to fear. I'll be back. As soon as it starts turning red, my little nephew starts crying. He's probably having a nightmare. It's probably the blood moon. Wow, it's amazing. It's not letting me get a good picture of it. It's very hard to take a picture of it. Standing still is very, very hard. You gotta lean on something. So it's about 97%. Wow. That's totally. I don't even think if it's gonna come out red. really eerie. Wow, that's crazy. I cannot get a good picture. That's that looks that looks really really bizarre. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can't really see nothing no more. I haven't been able to get a good shot of it crystal clear. It's just so cold. It's hard to stay still. At least I got one good image. I took like 15 pictures just now, and I didn't get one clear shot. Oh, now you hear the dogs barking. It's amazing. 2 hours in, man, I've been outside for like 3 hours. Try to get a couple more pictures, and then I think I'm gonna end the stream. So, there's a little bit of it. You can see a little bit of light on the top left hand corner. But if you was, it's really amazing to see this. But it's pretty dark. It's not really red. It's not really dark red. It's like a rust color. It's you can't really see it at all. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, it's pretty freezing out here. Really cold, and I wish I had a better camera, but I'm sure next time I will have better equipment. But it's 2 hours in, and I really want to thank y'all for tuning in. I might just go inside for a couple of hours and then come back out when it's actually moving away so I can take more pictures. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in, and I'm freezing. How are you? Fire Awesome Tank. I want you to have a good night, and don't be afraid of no blood moons. Ain't no werewolves out here. But you have a good night.